My name is Rico, the Dungeon Master for Season 3, the restoration of the 12 Olympians. This season, we'll find our heroes traveling back to the lands of Eris and Enyo within Harmonia as they adventure through and see what they have accomplished and completed by restoring the 3 fabled relics, the Sickle of Kronos, the Golden Apple of Discord, and the Robe and Necklace of Harmonia. We'll start with Deborah.
I am Deborah, and I am playing a human rogue named Neith. Her name is Neith.
And I'm Matt, playing a dragonborn monk named Ari Futan.
And I'm Daphne, and I play Gelsira Venfire, who is a halfling druid.
And my name is Rico. I am the Dungeon Master for Season 3 of the campaign.
Are we going to do a Deborah's Diary?
Do you want to do a Deborah's Diary?
I've got a Deborah's Diary.
Well, then we should absolutely do a Deborah's Diary. That sounds so sexy when I'm sleepy.
Let's record that over and over and over again for you.
Did you fuck me?
I'd fuck me. Sorry, Deborah, go ahead.
Dear Diary, in our last episode, our players gallantly galloped out of Aspasia toward Cronus' farm.
Nailed it.
Alecto and Ari were finally reunited.
And it felt so nice.
But what's also cool is that Neith and Gelsira dismounted together. It was a beautiful dismount.
From each other. They were scissoring.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. I'll stop. Sorry.
But you won't. And our players all eat heartily at Cronus's. Demeter talks to Ari about capturing the boar.
Fuck yeah, I got all kinds of information and I wrote it down. And we'll lose it.
And I'm not quite sure what it has an appetite mean.
It has an appetite?
It has an appetite.
Appetite?
I spell
For young children.
For children in flesh?
appetite for children in flesh. And then Ari proceeds to ask dumb questions about God's eating preferences. Ari finally then asks helpful questions. Neith and Gelsira find a plum tree. Neith knocks on the door, and they find Artemis under the tree. Gelsira eats some plums from the tree, and Neith takes a bath. Ari shares some mushrooms with Alecto. Not a whole lot happened in our last episode, except hopefully Ari and Pan can get Gelsira and Neith out of the Elysian fields.
Pan can't help you with that. He's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, a lot happened last episode. You
Yeah.
found
Pan
heaven.
is there.
Yeah, you're in heaven.
In spirit.
And
Hopefully
me and Alecto
Ari
are coming in.
and Alecto can get Gelsira and Neith out of the Elysian fields before they're trapped there forever.
I have a feeling at least Alecto can.
Let's find out if they can do so in this episode of Some Would Play.
If I roll well, maybe I can.
Yeah, we may have some social PvP tonight between players. This could be a fantastic, fun time for me, the DM.
Yeah, because Joey's
It's
not
all
going to...
about you having fun. That's for sure.
It is all about me having the
Look,
fun.
DM, you're the god here, okay? We love you. Give us lots of XP, kind god.
When you complete tasks
We'll do whatever
and
you want
other
to do.
fun stuff, you'll get XP. Actually, you'll get XP if you make it out of this encounter. So you had knocked on the door thrice times, and it had started to open. And you and Alecto pushed through the door. As the door opens before you, you see a beautiful rose gold colored sky. You smell sunflowers and dandelions, and you hear chirping birds, and the wind kisses upon your scales in the most warm breeze you have ever felt in your entire life. Alecto is standing there with you, and she sighs and she shakes her head because she knows exactly where she's at. She is disillusioned by all of this, of course, being primordial deity herself. But to you, you feel wrapped, warm, and secure, and all of your worries and cares seem to have vanished when you walk through the threshold of the door. and you can see dryads and fawn dancing. You can see Artemis and Gelsira sitting under a plum tree. You hear a nice calm trickle of water, and you see Neith taking a nice lovely bath with all of her things just piled neatly in a nice stone circle. And it looks like the most perfect weather of the most perfect day of the most perfect time of your life that you have ever experienced in your years of being a dragonborn.
I let out an audible, relaxed sigh. Like,
And then Karga runs out from behind your hood and jumps hurriedly off of your shoulder. And as he jumps off of your shoulder, mid-air, his body begins to shapeshift and morph. And you see in front of you, as Karga lands, it looks like an exact duplicate clone of your build and height instead of your red scales. They are beautiful, glimmering copper scales, and he has two very large horns that curl forward like ram horns, and a nice long tail with spikes on the end of it, and these massive, leathery, dragon-like wings, and he exhales into the sky and lets out this gigantic burst of lightning that just escapes from his mouth and his lips, and he looks back at you with a big old grin on his face, like you've never seen him happy before. He has attached at the ends of his horns like 4 gold earrings.
nice.
That are made out of gold coins that were given to him by you and Pan from your
Nice.
guys' early encounters. And his tail is wiggling back and forth, and he's just got a loincloth on, but he looks like the personification of what a most perfect dragonborn would look like. And he runs up to you and he gives you a big, huge hug, much like Martel gave you a big, huge hug. And he says to you in Draconic, in a very low and gravelly, fully mature, dragon-like voice, "This is the best place we have ever been. I never want to leave here again." And then he wraps his arms around you to give you a bigger hug, and he picks you up a little bit. Like your feet, you feel your feet lift the ground, and he embraces you tightly, and then he puts you back down, and then he just goes to run off and play. And you can see Gelsira there with Artemis, and on the end of the stone bench, Gelsira's in the grass at Artemis's feet. You see this big, huge, giant golden and silver owl that looks like, I don't know, the personification of a godly great horned owl.
Jesus.
And the great horned owl is stuffing its face full of plum. The plum doesn't appear to get any smaller, but every time the beak dips down to the plum, it comes up with a big beak full of plum, just a sloshing mouthful. Just
How big is this owl?
This owl?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. let's see.
Person-sized or bigger?
It's probably, standing up on the bench, it's probably 4.5 feet tall.
Okay.
5
All
feet
right.
tall.
Okay.
Looking at the size of it, you'd think it's probably got an 8 to 10 foot wingspan.
It's taller than me.
Yeah, it's taller than Gelsira. And Gelsira is also just at the foot of Artemis, just devouring these plums that, again, never seem to get any smaller, but each bite is a mouthful. Her cheeks are bulging.
I go to toss one to Ari. Ari, check out this plum.
I catch it and I
Pick up with plum.
Yep.
I look at Alecto and I'm like, are these things safe?
Yeah, they're absolutely safe. They're much like your magic mushrooms.
Sweet.
They will fill you up as you eat it. It will probably be the most delicious plum you've ever tasted. But forewarning, the longer you stay here, the harder it will be for you to leave.
What about you? Does that affect you too?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Will you help me leave?
If I feel like you don't want to, yes, I will pick you up by the nape of your neck and drag your ass out of here.
I would like that very much.
But until then, enjoy the time.
Excellent.
I figure, let's see, you 3 mortals, part demigods, you probably have about an hour and a half before you're compelled to stay forever.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to tell the other 2 that.
Best of luck. I'll be right here waiting by the door, because the minute this door closes, the door will disappear and you guys won't see it again.
Okay. thanks. I give her a big hug.
And she gives you a big hug, and she gives you a kiss on your forehead.
Nice. Okay, so I head over to...
She pats you on the ass as you walk off.
Nice. I head over to...
Kind of like a go get him, champ.
Okay, I head over to Jelly first and say, hey, Jelly.
Hey,
And I take a bite of the plum. It's
And
delicious.
it is quite a delicious plum.
isn't that like the best plum ever of
You
all
now
time?
have a mouthful of plum.
It's easily the best plum ever.
And there's plum juice just dripping off of your dragonborn maw. And is it just fresh, cool, delicious plum juice?
Normally, I'm not into plums. Normally, I'm into meat and cheese, but this is really good.
I think it's. I need to tell you that Alecto says that if we stay in here any more than like an hour and a half, we'll never be able to leave.
What's wrong with that?
And Artemis says, yeah, what is wrong with that?
Well,
this place is absolutely perfect.
Right.
We've
I
got
mean,
stuff to do, and should we
And then she
complete our
ruffles her
tasks?
fingers through Cedric's head. And Cedric leans into her pets.
This may be where your campaign ends.
I tell Artemis, I said, well, we've got things to do, and if we accomplish our tasks, perhaps we can come back here whenever we like.
I mean,
Yeah.
or we
It's
could,
always going to be here.
we could just
Exactly.
stay here. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I'm saying we could also do the other stuff and then come back here.
what other stuff?
Or you could also just stay here.
I mean, yeah, that's obviously an option. I mean, it must be since you're offering, and it seems like you're kind of in charge here, maybe, or something.
This corner I am.
Okay, so if you say it's fine, then I suppose it's fine. But I mean, I would like to still complete the tasks at hand and maybe see our other friends again before I come back here forever.
Other friends.
Like Pan,
Oh,
Lux. She's still out there somewhere wandering around. We've made friends in, Bindi. We've made friends in the cities we've been.
hey.
The constable guy, we're constables. We got jobs to do. And Eris, she was fun.
Oh. What about? Well, maybe they can come here. Hey, Artemis, would they?
Hey, what
be,
about Perry?
Would they be allowed to come here?
Everybody's allowed to come here.
Oh, well, we'll just bring them here.
But they have families of their own, lives of their own, and friends. Are we going to bring everyone in the entire world here?
Everyone's welcome here.
I mean, everyone.
They can
Well,
all
that's
fit.
not a terrible
There's plenty
idea.
of room in the world.
Can we make that happen before we have to go?
Bring them here now? Yeah, you can if you would like.
All of them.
Sure.
Is there a magic spell?
No.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. That's an easy out. Okay, I'm going to go talk to Neith.
Okay, I'm just gonna be sitting here.
Okay, well, give us some thought. We got, go see our friends.
I do miss Perry.
We could tell them about this
And then
place.
Cedric
Maybe they come back.
says to you telepathically, why does Ari want to leave so bad?
I don't know.
I don't think he likes it here.
I don't know why he wants to complete those tasks. I mean, they don't. I mean, what's the point? Like, if we're just gonna be here.
Yeah, we could just stay here now.
Yeah,
I like
I mean,
I like the way I look.
I like the way I feel. I like this plum.
Maybe we should convince him to stay.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I think he wants to stay. I think he just doesn't realize it
I think
yet.
he does too.
So-
I think you need to convince him to stay. Neith looks like she wants to stay, and I see Karga over there. He wants to stay too. I can tell.
Okay. Well, I guess we just need to convince Ari then. That should be easy.
Hey, Neith.
And I push myself up out of the pool of water and just kind of stand there up on the bank. Do I still have all my scars and everything?
No,
Oh, man. And I kind of look down
at least
and then
not while water is still on your skin.
Okay. So I kind of look down and I'm like, wait a minute. Where'd all my scars go? Because I had a lot.
I don't know anything about that, Neith. I was just come over to tell you, you look like you're having a great time. But Alecto says that if we stay here for any more than an hour and a half, we'll never be able to leave here.
Oh, that might be bad.
Yeah, because, we've still got stuff to do. And once we become gods, we can just come back here whenever we like. It's not like we can never come back if we leave. So we should probably go do the stuff we got to do. It's been maybe another 45 minutes here. Enjoy it. It's nice. It is nice.
I mean, it's nice.
Ultimately, we can always come back.
But when have I ever done nice?
Right, exactly. So you're on team, let's get out of here at some point.
And I kind of look around and I'm like, so if we stay here for too long, we can't leave?
Yeah, we won't want to.
Oh, we got to leave. There's nobody to kill here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's good motivation.
There is
No,
absolutely nobody to kill here.
I can work with that.
Yeah. Oh, that would get boring.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed the bath. I miss my scars.
Have you had
they
one
were
of these
hard
plums?
lessons learned. Should I be eating things from here?
I mean, it's really great. Electo says it's safe. It's just really the best thing ever. I mean, it won't
Where's
make it any
Gelsira?
easier to leave. She's over there eating plums, eating a plum that never goes away.
Right. Are there towels or something for me?
No. But as you're standing out in the sun, the water is just drying naturally.
Okay, cool. So I like wait a minute for it to like dry most of the way, and then I go ahead and I get dressed.
And as you're getting dressed and you notice you're drying off, your scars are becoming visible again.
Oh, that feels better.
I definitely turned my back to this action after I relayed the necessary information.
And then I pick
I'm
up
a
Twisted
gentleman
and Faith,
dragonborn.
and I kind of look at them like, are they any different? Or are they like doing anything?
No, they are actually clean and pristine, and they are humming a beautiful melodic tune
Oh.
that only you can hear. They seem pretty satiated at this moment, because when you were out in the world, you had to feed them blood, but right now they're just humming a beautiful melodic tune.
This is weird. Okay.
Do you want to come try to help me convince Gelsira?
I go over to Gelsira
She's
and
really
I
on
put
team stay here forever.
my hand on her shoulder and
hey,
I say,
Neith.
Aracor,
Hey, Neith.
it's time to go.
I mean,
I
why?
mean, we had to go right now.
Yeah, but you said the longer we stay here, the harder it's...
Yes, absolutely. It would be the best idea to go right now. But you guys have been here for a few minutes at least. I like this place is nice.
Yeah, but there's nobody to kill here. That's weird.
And Artemis says, do you want somebody to kill?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then there is
This
a
should be fun.
whip as an arrow cuts through the wind by your ear, and off in the distance there is a hooded, cloaked bowman, and he sneers at you and goes to knock another arrow and then turns and dashes into the woods.
Is it Hitler?
Nope, it looks like it might be...
Chopin?
Who was that? Was that your nephew? Trying to remember your
nephew?
backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, looked like it might have been the height and build of your nephew.
I pull out my bow and
This is an
arrow
impossible task.
and I knock it and I let it go.
And it whistles and shoots through the air, and it plucks into a tree right by his head as he weaves in deeper into the woods.
My backstory is monastery.
And then Artemis
solitude.
says,
I've got this
Meditation.
whole
anything
thing.
your heart desires can be found here, but I don't think he will stop harassing you while he's alive. So please, hunt. Enjoy yourself.
Better go get him, Neith.
And I kind of sigh and I'm like, I've killed that motherfucker twice already.
Yeah, so this probably isn't real. Would it be satisfying?
And like I just kind of like droop down, like my bow kind of goes by my leg, and I'm just like, no, I need something more. I've got more information to find.
Yeah, find out right now.
And then
Like,
I
do
bet
that as a
Artemis could
feature.
tell you. She could
from
probably tell you what you
the
need to know.
edge of the woods, you see the guild leader guy stick his head out, and he says, Neith, the quarry is this way. I need your help in tracking him down. And then he winks at you and smiles, and he turns and dashes into the woods.
Does he seem like an illusion or anything?
No, he seems like a very, very real guy. Nothing here seems like an illusion. Everything, that arrow that whizzed past your head, were an illusion, would have not cut through the air. It is still in a tree behind you. You could go grab that arrow and pluck it from the tree, and it would be a real arrow.
Hey, Cedric, why don't you go get
I
that
need
arrow
like a
for
potion
Neith?
of knockout gas and just take you fools with me. Ari does look forward to coming back, though.
It's pretty pro here.
Yes.
Neith takes off. She like grabs the arrow out of the tree real quick and then takes off after.
But Ari has Alecto. The real Alecto is here.
Nice. You head off into the woods,
Yes.
and you see Neith grab an arrow from the tree and dash with an unnatural speed that you've never seen her have before into the woods.
I yell at her, go get him, Neith.
You hear Gelsira say, "Go get him, Neith." And then Artemis, you hear her yell, "May the hunt be good."
Neith!
And you hear Ari
Don't
yell
take
your name. But
Don't-
as you dash into the woods, there is the rogue guild leader guy there.
don't take
who
more
was
than like 20
waiting for you.
minutes.
He also has a bow out, one dagger. He's got a quiver on his back. And he says he went that way deeper into the woods.
Do it fast like you know you can.
There is a small traveled path that may lead into a cave. And as he says
Oh,
that
no.
may lead into a cave, you can see popping over the ridge of the woods Was that Fire Mountain where you saw your nephew in her game? You see the tip of Fire Mountain off in the area. It looks very similar to where you encountered him in the other place.
I'm gonna have some.
When she who shall not be named ran a game. She's dead.
She's not dead.
I'm gonna have some.
She's just in a better place.
I'm gonna have some new companions soon. I think I'm gonna leave. They're gonna be here forever, and they're gonna have to roll new characters.
I run as if I was going to follow him, but instead, at the last second, I tackle the rogue leader.
Oh,
Sweet.
sexy time!
Over.
Here we go, champ.
So you successfully tackle him, and he rolls face first into the dirt, and he says, "What is wrong with you? We have a hunt."
And I say, I have killed that man twice over.
And we're currently in...
My heart can't handle killing him again.
Oh.
And I get up, and then I just walk back towards the way I came.
Oh, do you want me to kill him for you?
Obviously, his spirit cannot be kept down. Just leave him be.
Oh, okay. And then he gets up from being tackled, and he dusts himself off, and he sighs, and he hangs his head, and he goes to walk out of the forest back towards the plum tree.
Aw. My niece, did he get him? That was fast.
I go back over to Gelsira,
Yeah, that was fast.
and then I say, Ari,
Yo,
pick up Gelsira.
is that other dude here?
At the edge of the tree line.
No. So I was like, can you hear me?
Are you going to talk to him?
I was gonna ask him how he got here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how'd you get here?
Took one of the doors.
Don't tell him about
what
the doors.
You have doors?
Multiple. 2 new ones that I'm working on.
And one of them comes here?
Yes. Well, here and any other corner of this realm.
Do you just can you come and go as you please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you find it hard to leave here?
No, it's relatively easy, actually.
How long do you usually spend here?
As long as I like. I followed Neith to make sure she was safe in here.
Oh. All right. Cool.
He is very real. When you tackled him, he was very real.
Hey.
You could smell it was him. You know him intimately. He smelled like the Gilded Sparrow.
Did that sound like the sort of thing he could do? Just come through a door and be here?
Possibly, yeah.
Is that track?
Yeah, that tracks.
All right. Cool. That's interesting.
All right.
Hey, Jelly.
Hey.
We should leave.
Just pick her up, Ari.
Why?
Okay, I go to grab Jelly.
Yeah, just grab Jelly. Just pick her up.
What about Cedric and Karga? God,
They'll
tie up
follow.
those ends.
Or they won't.
Karga.
I wild shape into an elephant.
You are now standing in front of an elephant that you were picking up. Your hand is holding around one of her tusks.
Am I in the air or
No.
is it kind of okay? So I'm like, hey, nice elephant. Come on, Jelly. We got to go. Karga.
Karga looks over at you with big old puppy dog dragon eyes, and his tail is waggling and his tongue is lolling out of his mouth. And he roars back in Draconian, What? What do you want?
I speak to him back in Draconic, and I tell him, I say, hey, man, buddy, we got to go. We can always come back. It's pretty great here. I get that. But we can always come back.
I don't want to.
I know, but if you don't... okay, see, this argument...
Yes, it is. Like he's a toddler.
This argument is not a good argument, but if you don't go now, you won't ever be able to go again. You'll never be able to go back. And I know...
I am a dragon
sounds
god.
great.
I can come and go where I please.
Well-
Have you seen the horde that's back in here?
Oh, so you can definitely just come back whenever you want.
Neith goes behind Gelsira and tries to start pushing.
You could keep it...
You feel somebody
it's
pushing
futile, but-
pushing against you.
Cargo, we got to go. I mean, I guess if you don't come with us, you won't be adventuring with us anymore. And well, I guess we'll see you here then, if like that's your deal.
And then Karga says, no, if you go, you won't be able to adventure with me anymore.
Oh.
Right. I mean, that's the same thing. But, yeah, that's the thing. But we got to go.
No, I can stay. You can stay too. We can stay together.
Hey.
I'm going to come back.
Do you got some of those mushrooms?
Yeah, I got lots of these mushrooms.
Give me some of those mushrooms.
Okay, here's some mushrooms.
And then I take a couple of the mushrooms and I go in front of Gelsira and I'm like, hey, Gelsira, remember how good these mushrooms are?
And I kind of do the elephant.
And I like hold it out, but not like put it all the way in her mouth, but like, hey, look what I got.
I go to get it with my tusk.
And I start backing up towards the door.
I'm just following.
And I start slowly backing up towards the door.
Nobody stops you.
With the mushrooms, like, hey, and remember, we've got some more of these. Remember, they taste exactly how you want them to taste. Do I know that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good.
Did you
I
ever?
love how I looked at Ari.
Did you ever eat one?
I feel like I did once. It was just one, though.
Yeah, I think it was just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're aware of how they work.
Okay. And like, I'm trying to just like entice Gelsira back to the door with these
Sweet.
mushrooms.
Josira, make a charisma save. Hold on. And you, Neith, make a charisma roll. Charisma saves are up top. Don't say your number until she rolls her save.
I love how we're both like that.
All right, Neith, what'd you roll?
So I get my modifier, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 6.
What did you get?
I rolled a nat 1.
Yes, because I rolled a 2.
You are compelled to follow her out for these mushrooms. Jesus. Unreal. Fucking unreal. Came down to a 1 and a 2 on the dice. Oh, God.
Good times.
Wild. And then Karga looks at you and he says, you should stay here with me instead.
I can't, Karga. I got to do these tasks, and then I can become a god like you, and then I can hang out here.
But we can be gods right now together.
I can't be a god right now. I'm not that, and I want to go be with Alecto still too. But I want you to come with
we
us.
are both dragons.
Ari,
We can
try the
both
jerky.
be gods together right now.
See if he wants some jerky.
Do they have jerky here? Because I have jerky right now.
If they have anything my little heart desires.
I thought that might be the case.
You're going to have to really, really convince Karga that it's a good idea to leave. In fact, you should probably make a charisma roll.
Karga, listen to me. There are foods out in this world you haven't experienced yet, so you can't know what you would want here fully.
That's a good argument.
But
There
we are
are
going...
foods here that can be anything my heart desires.
Yes, but how do you know what your heart desires until you experience it out there in the wild? The wild world that's just ready for us to eat and find delicious meats
whole
and
campaign has come
cheeses
down
and
to food.
foods. You could enjoy wines, and then when you come back here, they can all be here too, as much as you would want. We might have limited out there, but it could be as much as you want, but you won't know about it until you experience it.
But will I have as big a hoard?
You can have as big a hoard as you can obtain out there. The world's riches are yours for the taking.
Nice.
17 charisma.
That beats his 7 save. And then he looks back at what was going to be his little dragon cave, big dragon cave, and hordes of jewels and gold and jerky and beautiful shiny armor pieces and weapons. And then he sighs, and then he walks over to you, and he jumps in the air, and his wings sprout, and you see really quickly as he's up in the air the silhouette of a giant bronze dragon cover the land, and he lands on your arm and runs up your shoulder, just the little tiny Karga that you know him as outside of the Elysian fields. And you guys can successfully get to the door, and Alecto is standing there.
I holler for Cedric.
I unwild shape. I'm
Cedric
like,
doesn't pay any attention to you.
I
He is a great horned owl god. You need to know your place.
I go over to Cedric and I point at Jelly and the door and I shrug at it.
I telepathically said to Cedric, I'm like, hey Cedric, we should probably go.
Do we have to?
We do. I know. I'm
so glad I rolled high because I thought that was a very good argument.
It's a very good argument. He got a 2 on his save on his D20. He rolled a 2 plus his modifier. So Cedric sighs, and he hops off of the bench. And as he hops off of the bench, the great horned owl god form turns back into little tiny regular owl form Cedric. And he
Journey is what's important.
hops, just slowly hops over to you at the doors. And then he hops back up your leg and on your shoulder, and he's like, I really liked it here.
I know, me too. But you know what? I think we'll be able to come back here.
I think so, too.
And it's going to be better when we come back here.
And then Alecto opens the door all the way, and she holds an arm out through the door, and she says, after you all.
I let everybody else go first, and then I grab Alecto's ass on my way past.
I walk out, but my head's down. Like I'm kind of sad to leave.
Nice.
I catch a handful.
Do you walk out, too?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And Alecto closes the door behind you guys. The door locks. And then she stops for a second and she says, did you make your portal?
Oh, not yet.
Oh. Didn't you want to do that?
That was pretty much the only reason why we left
And
the
now
farm.
you remember specifically, you and Jelsira specifically remember the whole point of this trip coming down here was to create a portal in the plum tree so it was easy access back to Kronos's. That just, all of a sudden, just
Wow.
right in your head. You remember, oh shit, this is what we came to do. We didn't do it.
I guess being the whole Elysian fields and everything kind of, fogged my memory a bit.
And then she smiles and she says, did you want to go back in?
Yeah, if you could pull me back out if I need to be pulled back out.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not letting you guys back in there.
Oh.
And then she breaks the handle off of the door.
Oh.
And
And I put my hand on Gelsira's shoulder and I said, Gelsira,
Yeah.
it's okay. I know where another door is.
and then
Oh, okay.
you can look through the grates of the door and you see just a dark gray cell with a single beam of circular light on a plum tree just inside beyond that door. Yes, you do know where another door is because somebody just told you they have doors to anywhere they want to go.
Someone's questioning. Investigator.
And then she turns to leave and she shakes her head and scoffs and she says, silly mortals.
Tricks are for kids.
And then she's like, I'm going to kill my father.
What?
He knew what this was. He sent them down here to have fun with them.
We conquered a trial basically now.
Kind of, yeah. One of the spirit, most certainly.
Sure.
But I'm still going to kill him. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have sent mortals that have not died into the Elysian fields.
I mean, you're probably right, but I don't know if killing him is going to solve anything.
Not really going to kill him.
Okay.
He's my father. It's metaphorically. I'm
excellent.
learning,
Excellent.
hanging out with you guys.
I love it. I give her
Yeah.
a big hug.
And she gives you a hug and a kiss on the cheek. And she smacks you on the ass and she says, you looked so handsome back there, though.
And I will again.
I had never seen your scales that ruby red before.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yes, almost like clear ruby.
Nice.
And I pat Ari on the shoulder. I said, Ari, maybe we can find somebody to polish you up.
Well, we'll be able to go back.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know somebody who can polish me up.
And then she licks her lips and she winks at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'd still like to make a portal if there's another tree around here.
There are a million other trees around the farm where you can make a portal. I don't know why he specified this one, but that's Dad for you.
You know of any good ones that are close?
To the house?
Without being, too in the personal space?
Yeah, there's just one right outside, just on the edge of the wheat field.
I love it.
Okay.
How's that sound?
That sounds good.
And then she leads you guys away from the shrine, or out from under the shrine, and up on the rock. She hops up on the rock and she puts her hand down for you, Jelsira.
I take it.
And with
Where do you take it?
Oh.
quickness and ease, she lifts you up onto the rock, and then she picks you up and gets you up under the floor. And then she crawls out from under the floor. She doesn't help you or Neith because you two are tall enough to climb a rock and crawl out.
After you, Neith, she hobbles on up there. Poop, 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 poop.
I presume so.
Ranger Rogue style.
Yep.
And I, jump on up.
You climb out just like the way you did the first time you
Double
were ever
jump.
down here.
Boom, boom.
And you guys can make your way back to Kronos' farm.
Sweet.
All right, let's do that.
I make my way back to Kronos' farm, all leisure, like holding Alecto's hand, of course. Just, of course we're doing that. Why wouldn't we be? It is what it is. Capitalize while, strike
It's
while
a
the
beautiful
iron's hot.
day. As you're walking through the forest, there are single beams of sun that, light up the ground and the path. There are little tiny fireflies, not fireflies, it's the middle of the daytime, like ladybugs flitting around you guys, butterflies here and there. It's a beautiful stroll through the forest. Back to the farm, birds are chirping. It smells like a nice fresh day.
Are there
nice cool breeze.
Are there edible mushrooms growing?
You could find out if any of the mushrooms growing are edible.
Oh, wait, I'm immune to poison. So all the mushrooms are edible.
So to you, yes, all of the mushrooms are edible.
All right, I keep an eye out for any mushrooms growing.
You'll find some. They'll be there.
Okay, I pick some of them and eat them.
And they taste like absolute shit. But other than tasting bad, they don't have any effect on you. These are clearly not meant to be edible mushrooms. Because of your poison immunity, you aren't going to suffer from any poison.
That's a thing Ari would definitely do.
But now you have an instance where, what's your demeanor, or what's your alignment?
Lawful neutral.
Okay, never mind. You don't offer any of these poison mushrooms to Neith or Gelly for funsies.
Yeah, I'm not chaotic.
No.
I was gonna make you make a roll to see if you'd maybe offer some of those poison mushrooms.
I'm
Neith
immune
and
to poison.
Gelly.
Everything's
That'd be
edible to
something
me,
Neith-
baby.
To Ari, but only Ari.
And you guys make it back to Kronos' farm.
Oh, I'd like to mark the tree.
With P.
No.
We said mark it.
For the portal.
And Alecto points over there. It's beyond the wheat field. There is a tree there at the tree line. It is a little bit bigger than the others. It's a nice, big, tall oak tree. Big, huge oak tree. Looks like it's been struck by lightning a few times,
Nice.
but still stands. Still got a nice, all of its leaves.
Giant fucking leaves the size of a person.
Fucking, like the size of your head. It is a big, huge, pretty healthy tree.
I walk over to it and I put my hand on it. I whisper the incantation. Mhm.
And as you complete the incantation, the anchor portal is successfully placed here at this tree.
Nice.
Fucking well
and then
done.
you hear a sigh from the tree. Not like it's annoyed by anything, but just that somebody took the time to cast some magic on it.
I kind of pat the tree a little bit. I'm like, well, be seeing you again at some point, I'm sure.
It fucking loves it.
It does. The tree actually enjoys it, yeah. Having a druid out here talking to the trees. They need to be talked to too. Nobody ever asks them how their day is.
Right?
Nobody ever
Right?
asks how they're
Yeah.
doing.
Yep.
Just the worst tree misogynist.
And then Alecto leaves your side and goes into the house, and you can hear her yelling indistinctively at her father. You hear a large booming laugh from inside the house as Kronos is obviously thrilled with the fun that he just had at your guys' expense. He didn't mean any harm by it. It was just good-natured fun, and he knew Alecto was there with you, so you guys would have made it out eventually.
And those two had a great time.
Yeah. You two did have a fantastic time.
And our
then
familiars had a wonderful time.
Alecto comes out and she shakes her head and rolls her eyes, and then Kronos comes out with his arms on his belly and he's still laughing heartily. And he says to you three, how was it? How was the trip to the plum tree?
Boring.
That is absolute bullshit.
Oh, it was very nice there.
Now, from what I hear, you guys had an amazing time.
I mean, I'm cleaner.
Yeah, a little too amazing. I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, that part of the underworld is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel not okay not being out of it, but hopefully I'll be back there one day.
You can go back anytime you want. And then Alecto says, oh, no, the fuck they can't. And then he looks at her and he says, why? What happened? She's like, I broke the knocker. And then Kronos sighs and he goes, oh, but that was so much fun. You're leaving with them, right? And Alecto's like, yeah, I'll be leaving with them. And he's like, all right. He's going to go back and fix the knocker.
Kronos, you're going to fix that knocker, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. Okay.
Father, is there a river near here I could bathe in?
Yeah.
Been like a while.
There isn't one far from here at all, yeah.
How are the crops doing, by the way?
They always do wonderfully.
Okay, cool.
Every single yield is quite successful. Bountiful harvest, as it were.
Indeed. I think I'm going to probably go bathe.
You didn't bathe while you were there?
No, I didn't have a chance. I was convincing the other two we should leave and our familiars.
Would have been the best bath you've had in your life.
I know. I'm certain I'll get to enjoy it someday.
Do you
But
have any-
it's something to look forward to. The journey is what's important. How to get there. We can't just skip to the end.
Another bullshit saying.
Maybe the gods, maybe the real gods are the friends we meet along the way.
That's right. I want to believe that to be true, especially this dear Alecto.
And then he goes inside and he laughs. He's just going to go back in his house. Alecto says, the river's down this way. Okay. And you know exactly where this river is. There is a rather large river not far from here that has a couple bridges over the length of it. There may or may not have been someone that drowned in it once or twice.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Some dolphins that rescued somebody at one point in time. You know exactly where this river is.
Okay.
Which is why he was like, oh, yeah, it's just here, here, and here. He's like, yes, there is a river. He knows you know where the river's at.
And I can probably safely bathe in it.
Yes,
Some of
because
that
you
is-
know that there was an embankment where you were able to pull people onto the embankment and then get back up the hill. So there's a perfect spot for you and go take a bath.
What time of day is it?
Right now, it's probably about 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Game
evening.
time, son.
Time for you to get a sundial.
Okay.
Get it because watches don't
So
exist.
Ari's going to take a bath, and I
Get
go
clean.
to the embankment and I set up camp. I'm tired.
Wild. There's a whole house right on the
Whole
farm.
house, and it's only 5
Yeah,
o'clock.
he's been playing tricks on me.
Yeah, that's true. He did.
I'm a
did play
little
a trick on
nervous
you.
about.
I'm gonna try to sleep
being
in the
around
house.
him.
I go inside
The house?
Mhm.
Excellent.
and I want to find some food to eat.
There is a table full of food.
I
Never
just-
be satisfied.
I just sit down and start eating.
And Kronos eats with you.
Nice.
And then the two sisters come in, the two other sisters, and they sit down and eat with you.
Nice.
And you aren't able to find a very flat spot to set up camp, but with a little patting it down and cleaning it off with your feet, and you could set up a pretty nice campground.
There you go.
Make
Are
a
you
survival
setting
roll
up a
for me,
campground
please.
where I'm bathing?
Yes, she is.
Yes.
Unreal. Just wanted to bathe, but I guess we're just,
19.
You set up a most perfect
Nice.
campground. The ground is
Got it all.
perfectly even. There is not a single
Boom.
pebble under anywhere you would sleep or sit. In fact, you were even able to get some driftwood from the shore of the
Nice.
from the edge of the lake to make like 3 seats that people could sit on. You've got a perfect little ring made of stone where you can build a fire. There was just enough dry driftwood to make the log cabin pyramid Boy Scout thing to build a perfect
This is going
fire.
a lot better than my camping trip recently.
Camping fucking sucks IRL, just so you guys know.
Yes.
I fucking hate it.
I actually enjoy it
Oh, it's the
I
fucking
love
worst.
if I have
Deborah.
Matt to make a fire.
It's the fucking worst.
I'm
God, I
bad
hate
at making
camping.
fires.
I love camping.
I worked
Central
hard
air
all my life
and
to buy a house.
comfortable mattress. Yeah, and power. Yeah, it's the best.
Running water.
Yeah,
I
running.
really like the
It's
tent
amazing.
I
Audible
have.
running water.
So I've got an 8-person tent, and it's like one of the high ones, so you can stand up in it.
So
And it has like this area in the front that's just netted, so that if you want to sit and just being a little netted, so the bugs can't get you, you
Nice.
can.
It's a
really
pretty nice tent.
It is a pretty nice tent.
but you have to be outdoors to use it. It's a whole
I
thing.
enjoy being
Just-
outdoors.
Set it up in your backyard. Next time she wants to go camping, you could say the tent's up back in the set up in the back.
Preaching to the choir over here, I'm saying.
I mean, you got a fire pit
Matt
out there in the
lives
there.
backyard.
Fire pit.
You got
yeah.
the little lake behind the house. It'd be just like
How good at you are at
camping in
making
the
fires?
wild.
Quick access to the
amazing at making
police.
fires.
Okay,
Does a
'cause I
serial killer
suck
come out
at
of
it.
nowhere?
I love
or a
doing
bear?
All right. Well, there's our girls' night right there.
that. Okay.
Okay.
camping in the backyard.
Well, that took a weird turn.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
you have a very nice, refreshing bath.
I'm scrubbing,
You
scrub-a-dub-dub.
get nice and clean. Alecto is just sitting there on one of the driftwood benches that Neith found and built in the camp. And then
He built a bench.
And Nathan's getting all woodsy.
yeah, with the driftwood that you found. It's like 3 stumps. And then Alecto pulls out her whip and she lashes it towards the fire that you built, and then a fire lights up at your campfire. and starts to smoke. Smells like a, regular, typical woodsy campfire.
Nice.
Yep. You can hear some birds of prey cawing, in the distance. It's only about 5, probably about, we'll go 5:30. You probably had a 30-minute bath. Probably took you about 30 minutes to set up camp.
I wasn't watching you bathe. I was just making camp.
And then Alecto says, do you plan on camping out here?
Yeah, I've gotten some new skills.
Oh, and you need to hone them?
Yeah, I need to hone some skills.
That's admirable. I can appreciate that. I'll leave you to it.
I mean, being an assassin, I'm used to studying and getting better in my craft. So
I pop out of the bath and shake off.
And make a dex save for me really quick, Neith.
Oh, no.
I'm about to get wet. Oh!
In the game and spill your wine all over your lap. Way to go. Great game. Was it a D20 or a D4?
It was a D20.
Oh, okay. So it's not a caltrip. D4s. I almost dropped it. Jesus. These motherfuckers are caltrips. No matter how it lands, there's always a point or edge up. These fuckers are
Yeah, don't
dangerous.
step on those.
Nat 19.
Nat 19.
So if I add my dexterity, it's 24 or something.
Yeah, so you are
23.
able to dodge the drops of water that are shaking off of Ari. Yeah, like your fucking Trinity from the Matrix.
Nice.
Like you're sitting there on your wooden stump, and you're just deftly dodging side to side, forwards and backwards, and you don't get a single drop of water on you.
And I yell at Ari, "Hey, I'm already clean."
Oh, sorry. I just came here for a bath. I didn't know you were going to come set up camp.
Alecto says, I'm going to head back to the house for dinner.
Okay, I'm coming with you.
I follow them.
Okay.
I mean, and when we get to the house, I literally just take some food
Comes
in
back,
my
her ted's
hands,
been
and then
mauled
I
by
go
bears.
back to the campsite.
So you just go to dine and dash at
Yes.
Kronos' house?
Yes.
Unreal.
Absolutely unreal. He doesn't mind.
It's a kind father.
And he shakes his head and laughs. He's like, is she still pissed about that thing that I did?
She.
And Alecto
Yeah.
says, I'm still pissed about that thing that you did. You shouldn't do that to my friends. And Kronos says, that's why I told you to keep them safe. And she goes,
And she did a fantastic job, sir.
I presume so, or you guys wouldn't have made it back. You'd probably still be in the Elysian fields having the best time of your lives.
She's the best.
And then Alecto just starts to eat. Kronos starts to eat.
I start to eat.
Jelsira is already eating.
Been eating for a few
She's
minutes.
been eating for quite some time. And
like,
unless
blah,
you
blah, blah.
guys have any other role-playing that you wanted to do amongst yourselves, you can spend the rest of the evening enjoying dinner before you go to sleep for the night.
I mean, I'm sure Ari wants some role playing.
There's
Alecto.
I would like to-
ambrosia here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hardcore. I would like to share the information I received. Did I share that already? I don't think I did I?
About the boar?
Yeah, about
you
the boar.
shared not one lick of
Yeah,
information
we should
about
do
the boar.
that now that we're all together again in the
Well,
I mean,
you and
Neith is back
Jelsira
again.
are.
we were in the
Neith is
Elysian
not.
fields and the
Neith
things
is
were happening.
not with you. She
Fuck.
dined and dashed.
What's going on, Ari?
So you
Jelly.
still can share that information. You may just need to have Jelly take a plate to go. And how convenient you happen to have a plate that you own that you could just pile food on top of. It has Constable written on it.
I guess this does have utility to it.
And
It is utilitous.
Jelly, I need to share some information that I obtained about
I'm
our
gonna
next
sneeze.
target.
Oh, what did you find out?
Well, we're going for that boar, the something boar.
Are you going to tell her there, or are you guys going to come back to me and
You will
discuss it all
find
together?
out maybe because you're not there. You decided to leave and separate
Why
from
would
the
we
party.
come back to you? We were staying in this
I
nice
don't- if
house.
it's important information, it might be good that she knows it.
I mean, we'll fill her in before we go, but I mean, I want to share it before I forget,
the
so
name of
maybe
this
Jelly can
fucking
remember
thing?
to also share the information.
Oh, the Aramanthian boar. That's right.
Yeah, so we got to hunt the Aramathian boar, as you know,
Oh, we're good at hunting.
but it's in the outskirts of Therium, which is in the northwest corner of Harmonia. It resists slashing and piercing. Bludgeoning is good. It's
Okay.
brown and silver. It's got what's it got? It's got some dumbass spikes. It's got some spikes that are not so great. They hurt.
Poisonous quills.
Poisonous quills. I wrote that down somewhere. Now I can't see it. Poisonous quills. It's got poisonous quills, and it loves children and blood, flesh. It's into that. So I don't know. We have to capture this stupid thing.
Loves children, as in biblically.
Loves them biblically. Razor sharp quills, yeah.
Well, if it has poison, lucky for us, we can make ourselves immune. We're immune to poison.
Well, I am, yes. So, I mean, I do the thing, but
Also,
I just thought I'd share that information. We know where we need to go, yada, yada.
so
We sleep
this
here.
is the northwest corner of Harmonia.
Northwest corner of Harmonia.
Maybe we could.
Hopefully it's cold up.
I was gonna say maybe we could just fly up there by turning into clouds. I don't know. I guess we also have horses.
Can you turn
too.
our horses into clouds as well, though? I mean,
You know what? That's a good question. How
I'm
many?
not sure how willing they would be.
I don't know if they would. Mine would be willing to follow me into hell.
I can
so
turn up.
we
to,
could become clouds because there's no risk.
So I can turn up to 10 creatures into clouds. And
So you just have to convince your horse, and Neith will have to convince.
I mean,
yours.
I'm pretty good at talking to animals.
I'm not
so-
turning into a cloud,
Who are you?
Alecto says.
Why not?
It could be fun. I mean,
Fly on my own
All right.
in the shape that I'm at now. I don't need to be a cloud.
okay. Well, you could fall. You could fly
Have
with
you ever
us.
been a cloud?
No.
How do you know it's not awesome?
How do you know being a primordial deity isn't awesome?
I could never know that, but I can know what being a cloud is like.
You guys can be clouds, just so you know. I will not be willing to be shapeshifted into a cloud.
But you'll
I mean,
I
come with
literally
still, right?
cut through space and time, of course.
I mean, if you're
I'll
not
go anywhere you go, Ari. But I just don't want to be a cloud.
if you're not willing,
it's
it
okay
won't
if
work
I become a
anyway.
cloud,
so.
right?
I don't care. You do what you want.
I want to be a cloud.
Okay, then you can become a cloud. But I can get anywhere just fine. I appreciate the offer, though.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well, that's one way to get there. We could also just ride our horses too.
We could. That could be fun too. They like to do that.
I wonder-
And we need to feed them some more, get some carrots, you know.
Do you think Neith would be willing to turn
We
into
should
a
have
cloud?
stocked up on carrots. Damn. Oh, we got food from the stable master guy.
That's true.
On the way out.
They're good. They're good, but we should always get carrots if we come across some.
Do you think Neith would?
They like that.
And apples. Your horse loves apples.
Oh,
Anno specifically loves apples.
Does Kronos grow apples here? Hey, Alecto, does Kronos grow apples here? Do you grow
We
apples here?
could grow apples here.
I mean-
you want apples grown here?
No, I'm just, horses love apples, and it would be really
I don't know about
nice.
their horses. Anno's told me he loves apples.
Well, yeah, but
The
their
green
horses don't
ones
matter.
specifically.
I wonder if Neith would be willing to turn into a cloud.
Or an apple
Turn into an apple?
to get eaten by the horse.
Oh, I don't think she'd be willing.
Big brains.
Well, I guess we could talk about it more when she's around.
Yeah,
But-
it's too bad she just came and got food and went back
that Clerks too.
to her own place.
What? I missed something.
Oh shit!
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You don't want to know.
Did you say Neith did get some food?
Yeah, she came and got food and left. You saw her.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I was just too busy
Unreal.
eating.
Yeah. Just, she couldn't hang out with us to eat with us. She came and got it and left. It's Neith for you though. She's got her own stuff going on. Clearly.
After I get done eating, I actually take out one of my arrows, and I'm sitting there like all like Sazen style, like
Just going hunting.
no, and I'm like holding the arrow. I don't know 'cause
Which
it
arrow?
just-
What are you doing?
Ooh, that's a question.
Which arrow?
Which
They've all got
arrow?
names.
Well, you have a bunch of different arrows.
I
Which
know.
arrow? Because what happens next may be determined by what answer you give me.
It's smart to have so many arrows. Different.
Is smart. I am a smart person.
Neith is. She's got bunches of arrows. It's no bad decision.
I have one of my, I have one of my human hunting arrows.
To hunt humans with?
Yeah.
Yeah, the arrowheads are turned
Yikes.
so that they
That's dark.
can go in between ribs.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Damn, we could have had a great moment there. You ruined it, Neith. Go ahead. You have your
Sorry.
human hunting arrow.
I'm a human. Should I have had one of my explosive
We'll
arrows?
never know now.
One of my fire.
We're already moved on.
Wrong choice.
And I start concentrating on Athena.
And then
Kind of mentally reaching
sitting
out.
across from you on one of the wooden stumps is Athena. And she's there sharpening a blade. You hear the sound of steel grating against stone, and you see sparks.
Nice.
And she says, "You called?"
What? Thank you for coming, first of all.
I wasn't doing anything. Thank you for speaking out to me.
Well, that
We don't
sounds
get
boring.
to talk often enough.
We don't. But, I mean, I know you're not the goddess of the hunt, but you are of wisdom and courage and resourcefulness as well as war. And we are about to go after the Armathini. What?
Armathini.
Aramithian boar?
Teeny little
boar.
yellow string Armathini.
And I wanted to see if there was anything you could tell me that might help us in our endeavors.
Don't use arrows and daggers.
Yellow polka dot bikini.
Well, shit. Don't use arrows and daggers.
Don't be involved.
What would you suggest using?
Big, heavy bashing weapon.
Bludgeoning is good.
So I just shouldn't go on this at all.
You stay
No,
here
you have to go on this hunt.
in the Elysian
Ah.
fields.
Okay.
These tasks are yours as well.
Use bludgeoning weapons.
Oh, she's just gonna get all the information I gave out.
Maybe not. I mean, you didn't get that, right? You don't know that,
No,
right?
I did
absolutely.
absolutely
Oh,
just
guess you
share
know
that again.
Okay.
I wrote stuff down like a diligent
All right.
player.
Bludgeoning. What does this thing eat?
Lots of things. It's an omnivore, really. You could always ask Ari or the god that sent you on this hunt.
Make that face at her, definitely.
I thought you weren't doing anything.
I'm not, but it's not my task. You could try reaching out to the god that's sending you on the task. They may offer you information.
I appreciate that. Well, I wanted to give you the courtesy of being first, since you have so blessed me.
I appreciate it. Thanks for thinking of me. We should talk more often.
Oh, girl time.
Do you know anything about a certain
Yes.
rogue leader?
Jesus Christ,
Which one?
finally.
Supposedly the rogue king. And I like roll my eyes really hard when I say it.
Oh, him. Yes, we on Olympus know much about him. Have you asked his name?
I mean, it's kind of a rogue
Hilariously.
thing.
Hilariously.
What is
Why?
his name? Do you know his name?
I do.
What is his name?
It's not my name to give. I'm sure if you asked him, he would give it to you. Why do you ask?
Because he's been inside me a few times and I haven't asked for his name.
It's a rogue thing. I do have a question about his doors. How functional are his doors?
How many doors does he have now?
I mean, he started off with what, 3
He's up to 3?
Started
or
off.
2, and then he added 2 more?
He's going to have 5?
Yes.
Do you know where those other 2 are going to go?
I mean, possibly.
If you find out, do report back to me with much haste.
Trade that info for the name.
And then she says, I need to go back to Olympus. He has multiple doors now. And then she
Oh.
stands up and she salutes you, beats on her chest. And then with a gigantic white, yellow, golden bolt of lightning, she shoots up into the sky.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Intriguing side story.
I mean, I know where the doors are going.
Constantly.
At least I have a
Should've
very
told her.
good. Well, I was like surprised. I was surprised. I was taken by surprise. I was about to tell her, but then she left.
Give all to the gods.
Next time I see her, I'll tell her. I mean, she's a goddess.
3 doors.
And that sounded really ominous. And one of them's going to my homeland.
Fuck. He's up to 3? Fuck.
Isn't he going to be having 4?
Yeah, he should have 4, right?
He's got 3 now. He will have 5.
Yeah, because he originally had the 3. And then I told him about
Gods don't have a clue. Unreal.
my land,
Slacking ass gods, just
And
having
then
fun on the
about-
realms.
where we were at.
Old boy's taking over all of everything.
He's up to 3? Shit.
She didn't even know about the 3. Like,
That's what I'm saying. They're
The third.
slacking. That's why
So-
they need us out here.
No, but it did seem like that the fact that he had 3 doors and was working on 2 more was pressing and intimidating to her at the same time. You were able to glean that from your goddess.
That's important.
it is. I'm writing it down.
And you're sitting there by yourself at your fire. The water is going downstream. It sounds pretty soothing. It's probably about 6:30-ish.
Suddenly, roll for initiative.
There's not any initiative to roll.
This is Deborah asking. Do I remember which god was the one who sent us on the boar hunt?
I don't know, Deborah. Do you remember?
I don't know. Can I roll for it?
Are you asking would Neith remember?
Do you
Yeah.
remember
Yes, Neith would remember that it was Demeter.
Demeter?
Okay.
Demeter!
Yeah, we were just there!
Does Neith remember Deborah's diary?
I'm so distracted by everything. We didn't do shit that we really went there to do.
Yeah, the Elysian field to do that to you.
Yeah. All right.
Just went there for the portal, right? What's that?
Yeah, but then we saw Demeter, and I should have been like, "Oh, Demeter, let's ask her questions."
If only one of us already had.
I don't know that.
I know, because someone likes to go get food and run.
She was having a moment of reflection with her goddess.
Yeah,
It's clearly.
that's a good thing.
Mind your
Yes.
fucking business. This is the
Right?
first time Neith has reached out to her goddess in a manner that wasn't war or fighting related.
Right. I wasn't like,
It's
"Hey,
kind
do
of
shit for me."
It's kind of a great moment. So, hey, calm down. The one character who didn't believe in gods and magic is now cross-class to learn magic and is talking to her god. That's pretty pro. Calm
Character
down.
development.
Character development. Exactly.
I'm the one with the most interesting backstory, or the most well-developed backstory.
I've got a pretty good backstory too.
We just don't know.
Right, because nobody's asked me.
Yeah. Much like the trees, nobody ever asked Josiah, hey, how you doing?
Minari is still
How's
long.
your
That's right. That's right. No,
Doing okay?
And Ari was at a monastery.
What happened?
Okay.
What made you want to summon giant volcanoes in crowded cities? What led to
What's
that?
going on in
Yeah,
your
what's going on? Let's have a rap about it.
Do you
Uh,
need
So
a hug?
now I'm going crap. I mean,
You got to poop?
I have a couple short swords that I could like use the flat of the swords as a bludgeoning weapon.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
And so I pick up my swords and I'm looking at them and then I call out to Demeter.
You get no response from Demeter.
Snap.
Fuck you, Athena. I just slightly think that. I don't actually say that out loud.
Ouch. Still.
Ooh.
Well, she said to ask the god, like the person who,
Should say she would respond, dog.
I know.
Damn.
This has
And-
happened to you guys multiple times when somebody says, hey, ask somebody X, and then you guys like, hey, X, and then you're just like, you get no response.
No response.
That is par for the course. But it
So-
doesn't hurt to try. Maybe one of these days.
One of
It's
these
gonna
days.
happen.
It will happen. You guys will so be used to calling out and nothing happens. When something does happen, you guys will be like, whoa, holy shit, what? This is going to work? All right, let's do
So,
it.
how's the sleeping situation at Kronos' house?
All three sisters and Kronos have their own rooms.
And would I just sleep in like the living room on the floor?
You could sleep in Alecto's room with Alecto.
Sleep in Electro's room with Electro.
Where could Joey sleep?
You could sleep with Kronos in his room, or the two sisters in their room, or in the stable with the horses,
Oh, that
or
Wild shape
make
no
a
horse.
cape
As
or
well.
make a campground somewhere. Yeah, anywhere you want, really. Ari's spoken for. He's sleeping with Alecto. Well, he will be in bed with Alecto.
Yes.
Whether or not there will be much sleeping
I
is
know.
A different story.
yeah.
Hey.
is anybody else still downstairs?
Everybody's still downstairs. It's only like 6:30 at night.
I was like, I'm thinking about where I'm going to sleep for tonight. Does anybody have any? Is it okay if I sleep with somebody in this at
Kronos
the same
says
room?
you can sleep with anybody that you choose.
Well, I mean, I need to be invited. I guess.
Why?
I don't know.
Consent is important.
Are you some sort of being that can only be let in if someone invites you in somewhere? Those beings exist. If you're one of those, let me know.
Are you referring to a vampire?
Something like that, yeah.
No, that's not me.
Oh, well then sleep wherever you like.
Maybe I'll go sleep with the horses.
Why?
I don't know. It just,
There are beds.
you know, it actually has been. Well, I
You
guess it
should
was.
turn into a cat and sleep on the hearth.
Oh, I like that idea. But Neith isn't here to tell me that. But that was Deborah talking to Daphne.
Lecto says you cannot sleep in my room.
Okay. I will get the hearth. I'm like, that actually is kind of comfy right there.
You are a little too big for the hearth.
Not if I turn into a cat.
Fair point. And then the two other sisters clap delightedly because they don't have a house cat. And they say, you can turn into a cat?
Mm-hmm. I can wild shape.
Oh, please do. Can we pet you once you change?
I mean, if you really want to,
Will you
okay.
purr?
I mean,
Cuddle with us?
I mean, I can't make any guarantees as to what I'm going to do once I'm wild shaped. But I mean, okay. I mean, if you want me to, I will. You did feed me,
Do
so
you want to? We're not going to force you to.
I mean,
how much of a cat
Consent
will
is
you
important.
be?
Yeah,
I mean,
as
I
a
don't- I
cat,
don't-
well, you'd love it.
I mean, I don't really mind if I guess. Okay, I mean,
You'd be into it.
I mean, it is important to me to like very much
Sexually, just like generally, like
play the role of whatever
Pet it as
animal
a
I
cat
am.
would probably be
So,
awesome.
Okay, so I wild shape into a cat.
you'd be like Pouncy when
And the
you
two
scratch that
sisters
tail.
immediately
and-
start going, pss, 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 pss.
And I walk over and I kind of like take my forehead and I just kind of like lean into
Oh,
it.
and they start to pet you and give you scritches behind the ears
Yeah.
and behind the neck.
I lean into it.
Oh, they look so incredibly happy. And then they look over at Kronos and they say, Dad, can we keep her, please?
It's another one.
And Kronos is
Guys,
like,
we have to leave at some point.
Kronos is like, you can't keep Jelsira. She's not a pet. And they look at their father and they say, she can turn into a pet at will, Father. Can we keep her, please? And then Kronos looks at you and he says, you don't have to stay a cat for them. They will pester you about this for as long as you're a cat. And they're like petting you and trying to give you little hugs. And some are breaking off pieces of fish to try and make you eat fish.
Oh, I eat it willingly, gladly.
And they're like, please, Father, say we can keep her. And Kronos is like, no. And then they get sad, as little girls do when they get told no, that they can't keep something that they really, really want. And then they sigh, and the petting and scritching isn't as vigorous, but now they're just like petting. Like, you can sense that they're sad that they can't keep you as a house pet.
Ari just hangs out watching Jelsira get petted until the wee hours until we go to bed.
Until you go to bed? Yeah, and you guys can go to sleep if you so like. You can sleep on the hearth. You can go to bed with Alecto. You probably won't be doing a lot of sleeping. Kronos goes to bed, back into his room, of course. And you are out there by yourself in your campground.
I am practicing with my swords, trying to figure out how to use them as bludgeoning weapons.
Good luck.
That sounds like a noble task. We will see what you can do with that on the next episode of Some Would Play. Thanks for listening, everybody. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Some Would Play, a production of the Outsanity Network. Join us again next week as the story continues. Find us online at www.somewouldplay.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at SomeWouldPlay. Deborah is at Sonyataki. Rico is at R1C0. Daphne is at Dafterthought, and I am Psychedelic M. If you enjoy the show, please tell your friends and share it with others. And remember, in real life, you needn't roll for initiative, so just seize it.